Hi, my name is Paddy. I work with Revolution Farm and Kitchen. We are based in UCD and we collect coffee grounds from around campus and use them to grow oyster mushrooms. We have them here. We've been growing mushrooms up in UCD for about a year now. We often find people don't really know what to do with the mushrooms. Sometimes they can be really big and they can be really heavy and they don't really know how to cook them. So what we find the best way to do it is to almost use them like meat, basically. So chop them very fine and use them almost like a mincemeat. So the dish we're gonna make today is a lasagna. We're also gonna do it in a way that's a little bit different to your normal lasagna. Our sauce is basically like making kind of a standard bolognese, but we're actually using mushrooms instead of the mincemeat, and just means it has that real kind of meaty texture but also taste coming from the mushrooms while still being vegetarian. So just going to cook the mushrooms in the pan with a little bit of oil. I just want to get them nice and brown. Add a bit of salt. I think it's always best to like cook it almost like a steak, so you're getting a real brown edges, which are basically kind of, they're called Maillard reaction. So we have them cooking for at least 20 minutes until they get really nice and brown and even. These are the mushrooms then cooked down. Once they're cooked down, we add some carrots, onions, celery and tomato, and then we're left with our sauce. It's like a really deep, rich bolognese sauce, but using our mushrooms. And we actually sell them in jars. It's called Revolution Ragu. You'll find it in about 20 stores around Dublin. So now that our sauce is made, we're going to assemble our lasagna. So I've made a couple of lasagna sheets here. You can use store-bought lasagna sheets, no problem, either dried or fresh. Just give them a quick little blanch. So I've just blanched these lasagna sheets. And what we're going to do is we're going to spread some bechamel. So the bechamel is just your kind of white sauce, classic white sauce. So it's just butter and flour cooked together, and then we add some milk. And into this, I've then added some ricotta cheese and some parmesan as well, just to give it a little bit more flavor. And then we're gonna pop a little bit of spinach in here. So just wanna sneak a bit of healthy spinach in, but it also gives it a nice texture. So that's our first layer of the pasta. I'm just gonna pop our second layer on top. Want to leave a little bit of an edge. You'll see now in a moment why. And then I'm going to use our lovely mushroom bolognese. And I'm going to pop that in here. So it's best to do this when your sauce and your bechamel are probably chilled. Just makes the rolling process a little bit easier. And I'm just going to use a little bit of bechamel here, just to kind of glue it together at the end. So then I'm going to roll it nice and tight. Now I'm going to wrap it in our paper. I'm just going to pop it in the fridge for about 20 minutes just to set up. So this is our roll, which has just been resting in the fridge for about 20 minutes. So the bechamel and the sauce kind of really set up. We're going to slice it and pop it into our dish. Firstly, I've just made a tomato sauce. It's just some cherry tomatoes cooked with some oil, a little salt, a little pepper, and then blended. So super simple, but nice and fresh. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of our sauce in the bottom of our dish. We're just going to cut our roll into about 3 centimetre width. Doesn't really matter if it's not perfect. It's a nice rustic dish. So this is our dish. We're going to pop it in the oven for about 30 minutes at 160 Celsius. So this is our finished lasagna, just out of the oven after about half an hour. So it gets nice and crispy on the top, and the tomato sauce really kind of cooks the pasta underneath as well. So we're just going to finish it with some nice Parmesan grated on top. And some pine nuts and basil as well. Just ripping the basil, give it a nice fresh aromatic. This is our Revolution lasagna, made with our mushrooms and our Revolution ragu sauce. That's it for today. Don't forget about Eat the Street Festival on the 16th of September in Richmond Barracks. Hopefully I'll see you there.